So we're beginning to get this idea of when something is smaller, when something is bigger, when it's inside of something bigger, inside of a container. And MLA really emphasizes understanding this point. Let's look more at this idea of containers. So here we have a book chapter. So we have Bazin Patrick. So this is last name first, first name last. Quotation marks here. What does that tell us? This is something inside something bigger. So this is a smaller part of something bigger. What is this? This looks like a chapter name. So this is the chapter. And then what is this over here? The future of the book. This is the book name. Now, who wrote the book? Well, the book is written by different people because they have different chapters. The book was put together, though, edited by someone, and that editor is here. So, comma, edited by Jeffrey Nunberg. How many editors? Just one editor. First name first, last name last. We do not reverse it. We only reverse the name at the very beginning. Who is the publisher? University of California, P. What does P mean? Press. Comma. When was the year? It was published, 1996. And this chapter, toward meta reading. This chapter are these pages here, 153 to 168. Let's bring up the video example again. We've got lots of examples of this video one, getting more and more complicated, I think. So what about this situation where we have a video? I want to cite the video, but I don't want to cite the whole series. I want to cite just one episode. Well, then we have the episode number, remember? What if I want to cite one episode, but not the whole episode, just one piece of the episode? Then what do I do? Well, let's look at an example of that. So here we begin with the episode's name, Hush. How do we know this is the name? Because it's quotation marks. What does quotation marks mean? This is something that's inside something bigger, inside a container. What's the container? The container is the name of the series, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Created by Joss Whedon, performance by Sarah Michelle Gellar. This is Season 4, Episode 1, Mutant Enemy, 1991. So in this case, I'm actually writing something about this performance from this actress in this season, in this episode, in this year. Okay, continuing on with this idea of being a smaller part of something bigger, let's look at an example of a website post that's actually one bit rather than the whole blog or the whole website. So in this case, we have Homichael, comma, Stephanie. So Stephanie's the first name. Homichael is the last name, surname, family name. We have the quotation marks here, so this tells us it's something smaller inside a bigger container. The reading brain differences between digital and print. And this is inside the website or the blog, So Many Books. And this was posted on 25 April 2013. So here we have the day, the month, and the year. And the address is here. So this is the web address. Again, we do not use the HTTP beginning. We just write the name out, not the protocol. SoManyBooksBlog.com, and here all these details at the end take you directly to that one post that's being cited. So that's an example of one post on a blog. How about things like comic books, which are kind of like magazines? So here we have the author's name, last name first. Bose, first name last. Daniel. David Boring 8 Ball. So this is in the italics, which is the same as underline, right? This is the name of the larger thing, which is the whole name of the comic in this case. It's not a chapter, it's like the whole comic. But that comic has many issues. That comic has many times a year it may come out, or once a year, but for many years. So in this case, you go ahead and you include the number, because most comics do have numbers. And Fantagraphics is the publisher, and the year it came out was 1998, the one we're citing, which is number 19. Soule, Charles, et al. So this must have 3 or more authors. And the comic's name is She-Hulk. This is not a chapter, but a comic. But this comic is one out of many that come out. But this is number 1. And the year is 2014, and the publisher is Marvel Comics. So it's kind of like your journals, very similar to the journals, only you don't have an article and a journal because it's a comic, right? And the individual comics don't have names. So Superman is just Superman, Batman is just Batman, there's not individual ones. Although I guess there are different series, so you could be using different series names too, but then it would not be part of the Batman whole. It would just be the series name. So that's a little bit of a special case. I doubt you're going to be citing comics in your research, unless your research is about comics, which actually sounds like some interesting research to me.